Hello everyone, welcome to our third episode in the Backyard Chicken series. We've done a little bit since last time, so what I did a little bit earlier today was I filled in all of these cinder blocks. Reason being, I want them to stay sturdy when we start putting the foundation for the wood support structure on. And I'm gonna wet it down afterwards because it's like clay and it gets really hard when it gets wet. So I'm gonna wet it down a little bit, but before then I want to show you guys the lumber. So I went out today and got 24 of these 2x4 8 foot long pieces, and what those are going to be used for is the roofing that's going to hold up the like the metal. So like kind of like what's on that building. It's gonna be for the roofing, as well as the vertical beams to hold up said roof. And then we also have these two 2x6 8 foot pieces. Those are going to go along the bottom here, one in the front, one in the back. And then we have these are the longest pieces, 2x6 12 foot pieces. And what those are going to be is one of them is going to go right here, another one's going to go like up here, imagine like a floating line as support for the roof, and then one's going to go in the back right there as another support for the roof. So there's that. And then we also got the chicken wire. So I'm going to be using this is a 50 foot roll. It's 4 foot high and then 50 foot long roll of chicken wire that we're going to use to keep the chickens in. But also, as I said before, in conjunction with that, we're going to be using a I'm also going to put chain link around it just to keep predators out. So there's that. That's what I'm going to be doing today. Maybe not constructing this, but I need to water this down, and I could probably get the foundation set up and see if I need to do any last minute modifications to the structure. But that's what we have planned so far. Alright, so now you guys see these are the giant metal sheets I'm going to be using for the roof. And what's good about these is that, I mean, it's scrap metal because we're not using it right now, but they like overlap each other. So see, this is a whole nother section. We could put one of them on top of the other one, and it creates like a seamless environment so that no water is able to get in and wet my chickens. So that's what we're going to be using. I got a whole bunch there. These are only 6 foot, so we're probably gonna have to put like another little piece over it to make it 8 foot long, because that's how long I want them to be. So I have these right here, this other really long one, and I can cut this one up if need be. So that's what's gonna act as our roof. Okay everyone, so I went ahead and wet everything down. It's really muddy, so I'm not gonna walk in there anymore, but I went ahead and filled everything in, watered it down. So once this dries, these cinder blocks should be pretty solid. But also, as an added reinforcement, what my father suggested I do, and I kind of like the idea, we're gonna get like steel poles and stick them into the ground just to hold in the cinder blocks in key locations. So like at the corners, maybe in the middle, just to make sure that none of the cinder blocks shift out of the way, especially once we're building on top of it, and just so that they last longer. Okay, and I also laid on the 2x6 8 foot pieces. This is where they're going to go, except we're going to cut off the ends right here. I didn't lay the big one, but if you can imagine, there'd be another board right there. So that's what it's going to look like. We're probably going to end up constructing it like out here. I'm going to construct it out here, and then I'll get my brother to help me carry it back on there. Just so I could get a sense of, if something's missing, if it's going to fit, whatnot. There was a problem that came up, is that this tree extends right here. It comes into the line where we're going to be building. So I'm going to have to end up building around that tree, which is no big deal. It's just something we have to deal with. Okay, so there's that. I'm not going to build it today. I'm actually going to go and get the gravel soon, which will be cool. We're going to get it, and I'm going to dump it in here, and then it'll actually start looking like a chicken coop. Hopefully, and then hopefully in a month, by the time I get my chickens, oh, there's a horn. By the time I get my chickens, everything will be set up for them, and it'll look nice and cozy, and they will be happy in their homes. So, there we go. All right, guys, so these poles right here are going to be the supports for my chicken coop itself, like the hen house, where the hens are going to sit during the night and where they're going to sleep and where they're going to live. Me and my friend Pablo are going to cut these and attach everything onto them. So hopefully, if all goes according to plan, we can get the hen house done today, and we can go get our little chickens too. But that'll be a separate video in itself. So this video is going to be about making the hen house itself. These are the supports. There's 4 of them. We're going to cut them about 5-foot pieces. We're going to cut them like, it'd be like 5 foot. And you'll see what I'm doing with them later. Right now it may be a little confusing, but you'll see what I'm going to do with them right now. This is all scrap wood. We got it from just like scrap. We didn't buy it new, so no money spent on this. It was actually really nice. And we're going to use this giant saw over here. We're going to use this one to cut it like zzz. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so this is how it's going to look for the actual coop. It's going to be 4 foot this way, and then 6 foot long that way. So now we have to attach the sides right here. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to hold these up with cinder blocks while we screw them in. Alright guys, so we've gone ahead and we stood everything up. So this is how it would look if once it's already built. This is the frame itself. Okay, so then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get these 6 foot long pieces and we're gonna put them right here as added support. So it'll be kind of like a table. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get these plywood pieces. They're kind of warped, but I think they'll work for what we're doing. We're gonna stick it like on here, like on these things all around as like a little table with a little support thing running down the middle so it doesn't cave in the middle. So that's what we're gonna be doing. We gotta screw these in, so let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll move on. All right, guys, well, we got it. Some minor problems have arisen due to us building on unlevel ground. These things are kind of wonky, but meh, it's all right. And nothing's perfect. The other ones seem to be all right and in good condition. That one's maybe a little off, but it's all right. It'll work for the chickens. I don't think the chickens mind having their poles being a little askew. So now, it's actually really cloudy today, which is interesting. Next order of business is what we're going to do is we're going to cut that plywood and we're actually going to put it on here. So the plan is to put another little support in the middle right here, and then we're going to lay the plywood on top. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, you guys see the patented Snaps Break bed right here, the island bed. It's very nice, very springy. I'm just kidding, it's not a bed. This is the bottom of our chicken coop. So we actually had this wood. We didn't put these little pieces here. They were just like in the wood because it's all reclaimed wood. So this is the bottom, very bottom. You guys will probably never ever see this ever again once we put the plywood on top. So you go ahead and cut the plywood and put it on top. So there we go. This was actually really hard to put in. Like, this piece right here is like the hardest piece of wood we've ever encountered, and it legit, like, okay, let me try and find it because Pablo threw it in the grass. Yeah, like we're trying to screw it in, and the drill, yeah, like it didn't want to go in, right? So we started pushing a lot harder, and then eventually it melted the drill bit. Let's see, focus. I don't know. Okay, but it basically it melted the damn drill bit, which is pretty damn amazing. And it yeah, that piece of wood is crazy. Okay, guys, so on to the next part. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, we ran into a problem. First, let me show you guys. This is actually pretty cool. These are going to be the walls that we're going to use for the chicken coop. This is like something my dad just had it in his backyard, and it's plywood, right? My brother graffitied it, but what we're going to do is we're going to put them up like right here, and that's pretty cool. And I think they look really nice, and they'll be nice for the chickens. It doesn't get too cold here, and during the winter we can we'll make sure that they're warm, but in the summer it's perfect for them. Perfect. Okay, but one of the problems that we had is that before we actually put the plywood on the bottom, we said, hey, let's work on the top. Okay, let's work up here. So then we said, well, wait a minute, Steven, how are we gonna stick a roof on here? You can't just stick it on here and expect it to go. You can't just stick a piece of plywood on here, it's gonna bend in the middle. So what we're doing is we got some more pieces of wood, and we're just gonna basically make the outline like we did down here. We're gonna outline it with these 2 long pieces and 2 shorter pieces, not these in the middle, but we're basically gonna do that on the top here, just so now we can give ourselves a roof, and it'll look nice. And actually, I feel kind of bad cutting this piece of wood, but like, look how good awesome this piece of wood is. I was just looking at it. It looks awesome. And I felt kind of bad that it's just gonna be out here because I wanted this whole thing to be like it doesn't have to be brand new, but that's a really nice piece of wood. Okay, so that's what we're gonna be doing. You guys already saw me do it once, so I'm not gonna take you guys through it again. I'm just gonna show you the finished outline of the roof support. So I'm gonna go help Pablo, and we'll see you guys when it's up.